Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome all of you in this beautiful gathering, the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum. Well, my name is Kainaz Rashid and today I'm here to present a topic that is generation gap. Firstly, I would like to introduce the term, and secondly, I will give the reasons behind the generation gap, and the third part of my presentation is related to the main solutions of the generation gap. I'm starting from definition. Well, generation gap can simply be defined as the difference of the two generations. It is the difference of thinking, lifestyle and opinion. If we put a glance on history, we will realize that generation gap is not a new term. Generation gap has existed throughout history. But the problem is that nowadays, generation gap has increased than the previous time. Another problem is that generation gap is not limited to the difference of the two generations, while it increased to the distance of two generations. That is the problem for us. Here I would like to share some main problems behind this gap. If we talk about the difference of two generations, it is due to the rapid change of culture. In fact, new generation is adopting modern culture and the old generation is strict to the old culture. That's why there is a difference of the two generations. But if we talk about the distance of two generations, the biggest reason, according to my point of view, is that new generation is not familiar about the preciousness of their culture. They don't know how much valuable their ancestors were. Iqbal said in his poetry, "Kabhi ऐ नौजवान मुस्लिम तदब्बुर भी किया तूने, कभी ऐ नौजवान मुस्लिम तदब्बुर भी किया तूने, वो क्या गर्दू था जिसका तू है एक टूटा हुआ तारा." The second reason, according to science and psychology, is the lack of communication. In fact, if we don't have communication in a relationship, a stronger relationship will destroy. In nowadays, two generations like parents and their children or parents and their ancestors are not communicating with each other. That's why we are facing distance between two generations. I would like to share an instance here. In fact, nowadays we are busy in technology and social media, and new generation always say that I am very busy in my life and I don't have time for my parents. But in this busy life, students and young generation have 6 to 8 hours for social media. They spend their 6 to 8 hours daily on social media, but they don't have even half an hour for their parents. The instance that I would like to share is that the person who has invented smartphones and iPad also has a school, and in his school, these things are strictly banned. In his school, students are not allowed to use cell phones and smartphones. Once a journalist asked him, "Sir, you were the inventor of smartphones, so why you don't promote the use of these things to students?" He said that I'm an inventor and I know the harm of these things. I know that smartphones and iPads can destroy the abilities of students, and our students are our future. That's why it's banned in my school. Then the journalist was shocked and he said that, "Sir, if you know that it can destroy the abilities, then why you promote the use of these things to other nation, to other student?" He said that I can destroy the future of other nation in this way. So we should know where we are wasting our time. The third reason behind the generation gap is the lack of acceptance. In fact, no one is ready to accept each other. It's true that there is a difference between two generations, but no one is ready to accept the difference. That's why we have distance between the two generations. I would like to share some solutions here. Being a Muslim, we know that Islam is a complete code of life. So according to my point of view, if we adopt the Islamic culture, we can easily reduce the distance of these two generations. As we know that the biggest reason behind the distance is the rapid change in culture, and Islam can never change. Islamic culture will remain same. So by just adopting the Islamic culture, we can easily reduce the distance of the two generations. The second point is the communication. Psychology proves that by just communicating even in an hour for a day, you can easily create a strong relationship. So try to communicate with your parents, with your ancestors. You can reduce the distance between two generations. The third solution is acceptance. Try to accept each other. No one is perfect, no one is complete. So you have to accept each other. In last, I would like to say that the difference is true. The difference is reality in two generations. Try to accept difference, but don't allow the distance to become between you. That's all about my side. Many thanks for your attention.